Well, welcome back to yet another great week of Twisted Transitions. I am your host, DJ JayBook, and welcome back, guys. It's good to be here for 2 weeks in a row. It really, really is. But I can tell you right now that I'm a little hurt and stuff here. Like, you probably can't see it right here, but I woke up this morning and my whole wrist right here and right into my thumb area has been absolutely killing me. I have no idea what has transpired, but even my water bottle, it hurts all right in here to hold this water bottle and stuff. It's crazy. So I'm getting through it and stuff. It's been hurting all day. I thought that it would be done and stuff by now. I didn't pull anything. I was fine yesterday, so I have no idea what's taking place. So anyway, what's going on, guys? We have another great show and stuff for you today. I have come up with some great topics to talk about with you guys, and of course, always your feedback is welcome, as this is a channel that allows you to be able to say what you like to say, and I acknowledge you to be able to do so, to give your opinion. So, if we can just start things off like we always do, I need you to give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me okay before I get started, and then we'll go ahead and crank this thing. Let me say what's up to a couple people in the chat. We've got DJ G5. We got DJ Romeo Great in the building so far. DJ G5. Hold on, let me highlight your statement here. So it says, what up with what up, everyone? Been a minute, but I'm finally got some free time to catch up with these jewels. Well, I'm glad you think of them as that. That's great. DJ Romeo Great. What's the deal, y'all? What's happening? Good. All right. Everybody says all good. So that is great. I hope you guys are enjoying all the content that I'm putting out. I'm just kind of taking the show and repurposing it so that more people can see it, because we don't have a lot of people that come on here to see it. So I try to give everybody an opportunity to be able to see that, especially with some great topics, because I get these questions and stuff a lot. I really base a lot of these topics not just on things that I go through, but things that you guys ask me on the in the comments. And let me tell you, last week's topic about the flight case, you guys went absolutely crazy. I mean, I think I have answered like 50 comments, and it has just been from people who agree with me to people who are like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I have sometimes I kind of stir the pot, and that video has stirred the pot. Let me just say that. But to each its own. Whatever, I always say that. Whatever makes it easier for you, you must do that. You don't always have to listen to what I'm saying. I'm just giving you it based on what I think. Cool. All right, let's go into it. So I had a gig last week. Had a wedding last week. I had an interesting wedding. I had a pretty good wedding. I was wondering how the wedding was going to go because, when I initially sat down with the mom and her daughter, it was, I don't know, it was a little bit of indecisiveness, but it all actually turned out well, which is good. But at the actual event, this was the setup and everything. I'm set up at Stone River. Love that venue. Venue's always been great to me. They always set me up in the same spot. There's only been one or two occasions where it's been a little different. But the party and everything went absolutely excellent. It's definitely gig log worthy. So I'm definitely going to be putting out something for that. But one of the things that I took away and stuff from this event is that us as DJs, I think people don't understand how much goes into what we do. Like, I'll give you an example. So we sat down and had a Zoom meeting, and I discussed with the mom. I told the mom that, I play, I'm a open format DJ. I'll play just about anything. And there was, here in South Carolina, we have a certain dance style. It's called a shag. And she asked that we play some shagging or beach music. And that just allows people, it's more for an older crowd, but like some younger people kind of get into it. But I disclosed to her that, I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of weddings. And she may want to be aware that not everybody likes to do so. You may have one or two people to do so, but you don't want to clear a dance floor with a shag song if you don't have a lot of people to participate. So I don't have a problem with doing that. However, when I put it on, if it clears the dance floor, I'm probably not going to come back. And during the interview and stuff like that, or the sit down, she was cool with it. She was absolutely cool with it. Now, when we got to the event, exactly what I thought would happen. I played a slow song to kind of get people out on the dance floor to kind of kick things off. And then I played a shag song. And when I did that, what do you guys think happened? Oh, yeah, everybody just parted like the Red Sea. How many couples were left on the floor? 2. And let me just say that one of them was not the mom who asked me for the music. So that just told me everything I needed to know. However, throughout the night, I've got a packed dance floor. Everybody's happy. Mom comes over to me and says, could you play some more shag music? And I told her, what did we talk about and stuff in that meeting? Oh, no, I didn't tell her that. I just told her, I don't have a problem with doing it, but I don't want to lose my dance floor. And she was like, no, we got some people to come out and do it and stuff now. So, of course, I had that look on my face. And, of course, I played shag again. And what happens? C parted again. 2 couples out on the dance floor. I was like, no more. That's it. So I didn't play anymore and stuff throughout the night. But like I said, people were dancing, having a great time. And once they just kind of let me this was kind of one of those let me do my thing type deals. And I kind of got an idea based on some of the songs she selected. And I just did my thing. So you guys will see that. I also did a reel on this one. So if you guys follow me on Instagram or TikTok or on here, I did a short and stuff with it, kind of going over the day as like a mini gig log, but it kind of shows you some of the highlights and stuff from the event. So that was great. That was great. But that is the one and only wedding that I have this month, which is new to me. Very, very new. Usually in May, I'm like loaded with weddings, but my other events are just like, some grad parties, some like I'm kind of like the show for a, I guess you want to call it like meetings, like corporate things. That's all I have left this month. I have like 3 or 4 of those left this month, and then we hop back into the weddings and stuff in June. So I really don't have a whole lot going on in the month of May. So I'll try to crank out, more content. That'll give me an opportunity to do so. That's why you guys will see more stuff coming from me, hopefully on every platform that I could possibly find. So with that being said, let's get into today's topic, shall we? All right. The first thing I want to talk to you guys and stuff about is I want to talk about wedding party introductions. Okay. One of the things that I noticed about this particular event that I just did that makes me want to talk about this is that I know that all you guys are not, great at this, and I'm not great because I just have a routine that I do. I'm a semi-decent microphone guy. And one of the questions that I was asked, and I wanted to bring it, the topic to the show here is, should you hire an MC and stuff for your events if you're not a talker and stuff on the mic? Because think about this. I mean, I had to literally go through the entire wedding party, first and last names. Also state their titles, like if they were the sister or the cousin we had moms and we had step parents and we had best mans, and it was a lot. It was a lot. So if you're not comfortable doing that, I can only imagine what that would do to somebody who doesn't speak on the mic and stuff that much. So should you yourself incorporate maybe an MC within the package or your package or whatever package that they have, and let them do the announcements and stuff for you while you run the music? Or should you start training somebody to be your MC, like maybe pay them to come out and do that if you're not great on the mic? Now, most of us, I know we can probably get through that, but I mean, we're also more than just the introduction of the wedding party. I mean, we have to make announcements. We have to, say what the next activity and stuff is to do, whether it be cake cutting, whether it be, garden bouquet, whether it be exit, whether it's, whatever it is. So for introductions and stuff, though, I kind of have a set script for all my couples. I always make sure that I give high energy for the announcement of the bride and groom, even if it's just them, unless they are conservative and don't want to be like brought in crazy. I always make sure I have high energy for the bride and groom, and I always try to encourage the wedding party to do just a little something when they come in. They don't have to get crazy with it. Most of them do get crazy because they start drinking during photos, which is always interesting. But for the most part, I try to get my couples and my wedding party to really get out there and just boost the morale and stuff like that. Because look, you're trying to hype up a whole group of people. What better way than to use the wedding party who's already hyped to be at the reception? Because this is what they've been waiting for. I mean, all day they've been getting dressed and told to stand proper and be formal and stuff. And this is the time to really begin the process of letting loose. So you definitely want to hype that up and get them going and stuff like that. And you, if the bride or the couple doesn't know a song to pick, always pick a hyped song. Like have like maybe 3 or 4 songs that everybody would know in your area, wherever you are from, if you're watching this, that are just hype songs that you can use, that you can recommend. Even if it's like an old song, like, you can do Party Rock Anthem. That would be great to come in on here. Our football team, well, I wouldn't say our because I don't root for them, but the football team here has a certain song that I think it's Sandstorm by Darude that they use at the football game. So, of course, a lot of people know that. That's what this couple came into this week, is to that Sandstorm. So I have T.I.'s Bring 'Em Out instrumental. I've got Champagne Life by Neo instrumental. I've got Get Right by Jennifer Lopez instrumental. I have several choices for introduction, but it's just something that is upbeat, that is hype. Definitely want to encourage your couple to get out of themselves and stuff, because you'll see on this gig log here that they were out of themselves. They had terrible towels and stuff waving them in the air. I mean, that's going to look great on photos. They had the flash photography and stuff going. And then they were in the center of the room, and then they kind of made everybody make kind of like a semicircle in the room, and kind of gave them a little. You'll see it. It's great. It's great. So I wanted to talk about introductions and make sure that we as DJs, that if you can't give that hype introduction, you may want to start training somebody or hire somebody to do an MC, to be an MC. And if that's the only thing that they do that night, pay them a decent amount of money and have them on hand ready to go. And like I said, you can also price that within your package. If you don't want to just pay them directly out of your pocket, you can just price it in your packet, or raise your prices for whatever it would cost to have one. But I would look into one if I were you. That's just a tidbit and stuff about that. So I wanted to get that out to you guys. Let me know what you guys think and stuff about that. You can let me know in the comment section or in the comments down below. All right, everybody's still good. Everybody's still with me. That's topic number one. Now, let's talk about backup equipment. Now, this is always going to give you different answers. And you guys in here are probably going to give different answers and stuff as well. Backup equipment, to me, these days, is not necessary for the most part. I'm going to say that with not saying that you don't ever have to bring backup equipment, but what I'm saying is that I don't think that you need to bring like a whole second system. I think those days are over. I think your system shows signs of not functioning properly over time, and then you change it before the next gig. You rarely these days see a system crash at an event as far as speakers or things like that. Like maybe a light needs to be replaced or something like that. But when I say backup equipment is not needed, I'm saying the only thing that I bring, myself, that I bring to every event that I double up on is a laptop. That's it. I'll bring 2 laptops, because laptops to me are probably the most unknown piece of electronics that you could possibly have at an event. If a light goes out, you're fine. If a speaker goes out, you're still fine, because as long as you got one speaker going, one speaker sometimes can. I mean, come on now. As DJs, we usually overdo it with sound. I mean, we're going to have enough sound. Some of us use monitors. We can turn the monitor into a speaker, whatever is needed and stuff. But one thing you can't do is you cannot get past the fact that you have a laptop burnout, because if, like how this setup is and stuff right above me here, they've got 2 laptops set up. My biggest fear is I'm in the middle, I'm killing it, I'm going, it's like nuts, everything's happening. All of a sudden it's like, ooh, and you can't figure anything out. And everybody's turning and looking at you, and you have no clue. And you have no clue. So I would definitely say that the only piece of equipment that you should bring as a backup would be a laptop. Another thing that you should have, some people will bring like a iPad and stuff like that. But here's the thing with an iPad. I just don't feel like it is accessible enough to be able to like pull music and stuff off of. Like you need the laptop. You just need to. Laptops make it easier for you to fire back up. I know iPad is just one click of a button, you're up and you connect it in, but it's really the same with the laptop. I think that having having an additional laptop is the only way to create to make sure that you're able to continue past a breakdown or a shutdown. I mean, even if a mixer has a bad input or has a bad knob or has a bad button and stuff like it will still work. You can mask it, but you cannot mask a laptop dysfunction. You just can't. You can't. So that's why I say that we as DJs, I think the only thing that you need to make sure that you 100% have a backup with you at every event is a laptop. Now, I bring all kind of stuff as far as cables and all that stuff. I have a big bag of cables that I have an overkill of cables that I don't need and stuff every event, but that's for setup wise. If I'm setting stuff up and something doesn't sound right, I have another cable that I can whip out. If an HDMI is not connected to a TV right, I've got another backup cable and stuff like that. That's just because of my bag of cables. You definitely want to have something like that because you don't know when a cable is going to go bad. A cable can actually go bad. It can sound great first and then go bad all of a sudden. So that's one thing you can't mask either. But I just think that you should definitely have a backup laptop that has an up, and you have to make sure that when you're updating your current one, you're updating your backup one too. I've had some occasions in the past, none in the present, but occasions in the past where I have my laptop that I was on, it got slow because I was doing other stuff on it and stuff prior to that, bringing up other programs, having stuff run in the background, and it was too much for the laptop, and as the software that I was using got newer and newer, it was slowing down the laptop. So basically, that one crashed, and my old one I had to pull out real quick. Well, I forgot that it takes a second for it to fire up. I forgot that I haven't updated music on that thing in 3 months. A lot of these things you have to, when you're doing prep and stuff for the week, and you're uploading your laptop or updating new music and software and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you're doing that on both laptops. Don't be me. Don't be past me. And, let that stuff go by the wayside, because the moment you don't think you need it is the moment that stuff happens and stuff to you. So you don't want to be out there and the music stops and you can't just fire right back up. So make sure you have some backup stuff. Let me know what you guys back up. I like I said, I only back up a laptop. Some people, I know some people that bring a whole nother setup. Like they'll have 2 setups that they bring out there, and I just think that's too much. That's too much to maneuver through at the end of the night. That's too much to repack. That's too much. That's too much. I would never do that now. Never. So that's my thoughts and stuff on that. Let me know what you guys think and stuff in the comments and stuff down below or in the comment section right now. I'm going to check out the comments and stuff here real quick because it looks like we got some good ones. Let's see here. DJ King, what's going on, man, from Arlington, Texas? What's happening? It looks like you switched from Facebook over to Instagram. Cool. Peace and love. I definitely have to hire an MC for my event. See, DJ King knows what I mean. DJ Romeo, great. Nah, I got it. I have an accent. Feel and Phil will sound the same. I can't record mic. Oh, well, a microphone could be a backup. I didn't think about that. A microphone, you could have a backup. I feel like I spend enough money on my microphone to where I won't need a backup of it either. Like I do have a corded mic that I always bring, but I rarely, and I say I'm going to knock on the wood here because I don't want that to be, I don't want that to go into the next event. And I have an issue with my wireless, but I have a corded mic that I haven't pulled out in probably 4 years, maybe even if it's that, probably 4 years. So that is that. All right. Next up, I must talk about this guy right here. All right, so this guy, I want to show you that, I still have it. Now, I've talked about this on the show and stuff before. This thing right here has changed the way that I'm able to forget about capturing content and just DJ. And it feels good to get back to that. When I first showed this camera and stuff to you guys, I hadn't used it yet. I showed you some footage of what it could look like. I think I've actually pulled some footage and stuff on one of our shows and stuff before. But now I have had this thing for a while now, and I've used it for multiple gigs. You guys have seen it in gig logs, and it gives you a great picture. It gives you great audio. And I can just tell you that the combination of these two guys right here, an Anker battery and a Logitech Mevo camera, has allowed me to really just be able to get back to DJing and not worrying about capturing content, because this thing lasts all night. Like I turn it on, and I probably need to stop this, but I turn it on for introductions, and I literally leave it on until I leave. And it's recording the whole time because it's got an SD card slot on the back of it here. It's probably hard to see, but it's got an SD card slot on the back here, and it records, hours now. It does make it longer for me to have to edit the film and stuff like that, but really I've gotten that down to a science and stuff a little bit too. I know that after introductions there's going to be a huge time in the middle of there where dinner's happening and people are walking, so I just look for wherever my lights turn on, and then I just slice it right there and just get rid of all that right there. But it's like 4 hours of content that is recorded each time, sometimes 5 hours and stuff, and I'm able to just capture everything. I don't miss anything. And what's great about that is I've come on gig logs and stuff before and said to you guys, man, I wish I caught that on film. Didn't think I caught it, and I did. There's going to be a gig log that comes out not this Sunday but next Sunday, where I did a mix that I've never ever I didn't do a mix. I did a transition that I've never ever done before, and I thought I didn't catch it on camera. And once I edited it, I found out that I did. So I put it in, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I hope that you guys see it, use it, love it, all that good stuff. But feel free to do so once you see it. But yeah, so this battery pack and everything here, now it's close to the same one. But basically, you've got your charge port and stuff, which is a USB-C. And then you've got your USB connection that you just need one cord, which is, I know this looks kind of everywhere because I didn't wrap it well the last gig, but you just pretty much run this USB into here and then run the cord, because the Mevo takes a USB-C in the back. You run it back here and you see it automatically lights up. And then you could start recording. It has a phone app, which is another great feature. It has a phone app where it could bring up what the camera sees. And that's great because that's how you can kind of angle it. And then, when you press record and you just let it go, it's recording everything at that angle. So it has been fantastic. I recommend this for anybody trying to capture footage of themselves. Because I love the angle of behind the crowd, because now you guys get to see what the lights look like and stuff. Like before, when I was doing it, you saw the lights, but you saw it from behind me going out. So now you'll get to see the lights pointing at the camera. So sometimes the lights will go right across there, and it just looks better. It looks better. So, really enjoying this camera. I think right now the price of the camera is $399. But it is well worth it. And you can update this camera and stuff with new software as it comes out. The only thing that you'll need to get is a mini SD card to pop in there. And then the battery here is like $69 or something like that. But this combination it'll be good for years to come. I mean, it's going to pick up a lot of great stuff if you're trying to capture some great moments and stuff from your event, because remember, YouTube is a great avenue to be able to advertise yourself. So I wanted to give you guys just an option here because I know a lot of people use GoPros and Anchor batteries, and I did that stuff before, but I kept having issues with the GoPro as far as it would like turn off in the middle and the sound quality wouldn't capture that well. And for the price of one of these, it's almost the same as a new GoPro, to be totally honest with you. This one I just think is better, and it's got a thread pin and stuff on here, so it'll sit on like a camera, a flash stand. So you can literally put this on a flash stand. That's what I do. And you can get this guy up high. The one thing that it doesn't do that I haven't found yet, which I'm sure somebody has it out there, is that when you get it up high, it still gets a great angle. However, if you get it up too high, it doesn't point down. You can't point down with it because when it's in the thread and stuff here, you can't tilt it. It's just, solid straight view. So I just make sure that when I do it, I just stand next to it and I make sure it's over me, because not a lot of people at weddings are as tall as I am. I'm 6'2", 6'3". You don't get a whole lot of tall people and stuff there. So that will make sure it misses anybody. And plus when people see it, they just think, oh, that's something with the photographer. So they won't mess with it. So that's cool. But yeah, it's Mevo, Logitech Mevo and Anchor charging adapter, charging battery, whatever you want to call it. But I've got links down below for you guys to check those out if you're interested in those. It has been great for me to do that because now I just use the GX7 to capture the beginning and to do some middle stuff, but it doesn't do the dancing and stuff anymore. This Mevo captures all of that, which I am totally pleased with. Totally pleased with. Okay, so next on the list, you guys still with me? I know we're 30 in and I usually give you 30 after, but I give you a little time and stuff afterwards. But it is time to talk music. Let's talk music. This will definitely pique you guys' interest and stuff here. So DMS lately has had some great music. I'm highlighting them because the homie DJ Icon has put out some edited versions of music. Now I know you guys remember when I talked to Jordan Lee and stuff on here, but Icon has put out some great versions and mixes and stuff of songs that I really would like to pass on to you guys because they have worked and it's a new way to use old songs, which is really cool. Now, Jordan Lee gives some great edits and stuff too. I do combinations and stuff of both of that stuff. It allows me to really dive in. But let's talk about some of these. So the homie Icon, this is DJ Icon. He's right here in South Carolina too, over near Myrtle Beach. I think we'll have him on the channel and stuff sooner than later. But if you go to Direct Music Service and you search for his edits, he has a Missy Elliott Work It remix that is absolutely fantastic. It allows you to be able to use it for an acapella out, and the way it comes in is not just a traditional way that Work It comes in, and you could still use that song. A lot of people still kind of use that song in the midst of their mix, which is really good. But he has a version. Look for the Icon version of Work It by Missy Elliott. Also look at the Icon version of Travis Porter, A Ladies. This one's another really good one because I play, A Ladies and stuff a lot when girls want to get down and stuff like that. Like I play this one a lot. So he's got a mix on there that allows, it's not a clap in. I think it's a instrumental, but it's like a funky instrumental. It's really good. Check it out on Direct Music. A Ladies, DJ Icon by Travis Porter. The next one is he's got a great No Hands also. At I've been using the one, I think it was a DJ Mike edit, something like that. DJ Mikey Mike. I can't remember the guy's name, but I've been using a DJ Mike edit of it, and it always takes out Roscoe's part. like Roscoe Dash. And I just know it's time to mix out of that from that point. But the version that Icon uses, that he mixes in stuff with it, it keeps in Roscoe Dash's part, and it's a really good edit and stuff again. These next two have really gone over well, and they are old songs. Don't get me wrong; these are super old, but they still work at events and stuff like that. So I wanted to give you those as well. So this next one is Party Rock Anthem, but like it comes in kind of like on a acapella, and then the way it drops with the beat it's like perfect in sync if you've got a party going like crazy, like people go crazy and stuff for it. And I use it pretty consistently and stuff now. You'll see that on some of the upcoming gig logs and stuff. I use it pretty good. And then the last one is Mr. Brightside by the Killers. Now, you know, a lot of weddings and stuff like that, when they want like some rock and stuff involved, like some alternative rock, you know, I have several songs and stuff that I use that have an acapella in and have an acapella out, or just like a chorus only and stuff like that. So this song right here, when it comes on, it always makes people jump and go crazy and do all that kind of stuff. But the way that Icon arranged this edit on this one, it is spot on, guys. It is spot on. You have to hear this, because it gives the main part, like the chorus that everybody sings, and it's like right when the beat is still trying to find its way in, it gives the chorus for people to sing. And people go crazy over every time I play that version. Every single time I play it, and I've played it like 4 or 5 times now at events since I've downloaded it, and it's been fantastic. So like I said, if you guys have not had a chance to, you know, go to DMS and get you a subscription and stuff to DMS if you haven't. I don't have any discount things with them. I don't have anything to be able to provide you. But if you're not already, you know, with that record pool, they've got so many different versions of songs, and they've got so many DJs. It's like a lot of the mixes on there are DJs creating edits for other DJs. I found a really good Black Eyed Peas version. I think Jason Jana uses. I thought I heard it in something he did and stuff one time, and I came across it when I was downloading music, and I used it for like some of these proms and stuff like that, and the kids loved it. It's kind of like an EDM version of Let's Get It Started. No, Pump It. It's like a EDM version of Pump It. That was really good. So I always love repurposing older songs and stuff like that work. Like I got a good version of Boogie Shoes and stuff on there that allows me to bring it in when I'm playing something different, and you have no idea it's Boogie Shoes until you hear that doo 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 doo, you know, and it's really good. Like this wedding I just did this past weekend, I brought it in so smooth. They had no idea I was playing that song. So, yeah, that's just what I want to go over with you guys and stuff when it comes to music. So definitely check DMS out and look for some of these great DJs. Icon is just one of many DJs who makes edits and stuff on there. All right, excuse me while I get some water. Oh, my hand's killing me. All right. So if you're still with me, this is your time and stuff now. I give the floor to you guys. This is your time to be able to ask any questions that you may have had, make any comments that you may have. Otherwise, I'm going to shut this thing down, man, because I've been liking my peace and quiet and stuff lately. I don't have to do so many loud things, but I'm just joking. All right, let's check out the chat and see what we got. DJ Griffology, JayBook, what's up, brother? Love the wedding knowledge nuggets. Salute. Appreciate you coming through, my guy. If you're still here, appreciate you. Devin Mathiasson, what's the best SSD external drive that you can buy? Again, that's a preference. Some people do Seagate, some people do Western Digital, some people do Samsung. I'll tell you that I have all three, and the best one that I have had has been Samsung. Just because it was the faster of the three. It doesn't have those like a drive inside. It's just like a SSD. So it's really easy and quick to transfer stuff on there because it uses USB-C. So if you got a laptop that takes USB-C, I would say a Samsung T7 or I don't even know what they're up to, T9 now. Probably get you a 2 terabyte because files are getting bigger, but you're going to need more space. It may cost you a lot of money, though. Just watch out for that price. Good question, though. All right. DJ Solstice. What's happening, my guy? Appreciate you coming through, man. Always coming to check us out and stuff here on the channel. Appreciate you coming through, Solstice. Solstice, one of the questions that I asked them earlier and stuff, I asked, what do DJs bring now as backup equipment? And I'm just curious, for somebody that has so much equipment, what's the thing that you have to have, and what's the thing you bring just in case? All right, DJ G5. I have an event on Sunday, and the group is very church going, but they don't want gospel music. How should I go about picking music for them? Because I started, but I'm stuck. Okay. I run into this pretty good. Okay. I run into this. I've done two Christian like schools. And so you definitely want to do. Now, G5, tell me in the chat, is this, are these kids or these adults? Because if it's adults, that's interesting, because I'm not sure why they would. I mean, I guess you would just have to keep it clean and go old. The best thing to do, the older you go, the less you'll have to worry about the type of music and stuff that you play. Because if you can get away with, for older people, if you can get away with like the Marvin Gaye's, the Pointer Sisters, Gladys Knight, stuff like that, if you can get through with Motown, Earth, Wind and Fire, all that stuff, and you can kill it. If we're talking about kids, you're going to want to, you don't want to do kids bop because they're probably not like little baby kids. Oh, you just put it up there. So it's 12 to 6. Okay, 12 to 60. You want to go pop. You want to go as much pop stuff as you can, because that will save you from having to edit songs or find a whole bunch of edited music. You want to go pop. And it's a birthday party, but the family is very religious. Yeah. You're going to want to go pop, because they talk less about all the crazy stuff that they want to do to each other, drugs, guns, cars, all that stuff. So I would go as close to pop as I can, and I would do 90s pop, early 2000s pop. Songs like Pharrell Happy that, you don't want to play, but it goes great with that theme. You could look at the, classic songs would cater to the older crowd, so you can give everybody a little something. So that's the way I would go. That's the way I would go. I hope that answers that. So important to back up stuff. Solstice, you're right. DJ Solstice, wireless DMX transmitters and receivers and extra converter box. See, I told you guys. Didn't I tell you guys that there's some DJs out there that bring like almost a whole nother setup? That's Solstice. That's what he does. Plenty of cables, adapters, iPad with music. See, I told y'all. See, look at all this. That's too much for me. I'm not doing that anymore. No, thank you. Nope. I won't be doing that anymore. Plus, this girl has an extra key to storage unit just in case. Keep an extra laptop on. That's the only thing I bring, Sosis. I bring an extra laptop. That's it. If something else goes down, I will wing it. I will mask it all day. DJ King, he puts, do you have a Show Express plug? I need help setting up Show Express DMX. Okay, first of all, I don't use Show Express. I have never used Show Express. I have seen a few DJs use it. I actually use the Wolf Mix from ADJ, the WMX1, and I use the donor wireless dongles to connect to all of my wireless lights, such as my both lights and my Wash FX. I hope that answers you. I hope that answers you, DJ King. Let me know. DJ G5, C Straight Jules. Good looking. I've just been there, G5. I've just been there. Oh man. All right, time to load up the questions now. You got a little bit more time before I hop off of here. Look at everybody's coming in and stuff now. I feel like, let me ask you guys a question. So I feel like when I start the show and stuff at 7, I usually get about 7 to 10 people and stuff in here. But it feels like when it's on the back end of the show, like maybe 7:30 or like 7:45. I mean, look, now we've got 18 people and stuff in here. Like, should I move the show up? Should I move to 8 o'clock and I'll make it 5 PST and 8 EST? You guys let me know. What would you like the show to stay at 7, or would you like it to move up to 8 o'clock? I mean, I can do either or. I can do either or. We can try some. I mean, I've already made my flyers and stuff for 7 o'clock, so I hope you don't say 8. I'm just joking. Oh, no problem, DJ King, man. That's what we are here for, man. I hope you continue to join us and stuff, man. One thing we do here is we answer everybody's questions. Even if I don't know it, we've got several great DJ minds in the chat that can help you and stuff as well. Mysterious Entertainment, what's good from Cali? Solstice, we got some Cali problems and stuff in here now. You're not the only fish in the sea from Cali. I'm just joking. Extra bass. Now, DJ King, remember, extra bass is more to carry. See, if you get you 1 or 2 good subwoofers, maybe some JBLs or some LDs or stuff like that to just give you good, rich bass, you shouldn't need a second set of bass. I mean, I guess if you're doing like some prom or something like that, but think about this. Weddings don't need bass, and most of the people here do weddings. If you do something outside of weddings, for the most part, you're probably working in a club, and let them use their bass. I mean, they're going to give you like 6, 7 different subwoofers and stuff like that where you can't hear when you walk out. It's always nuts. More entertainment. What's good, man? Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you. Anybody else with some questions here? I'm gonna try to go through this chat here. Yes, make it prime time at 8. Okay, so DJ G5 says move it to 8. What do you guys think? I would keep it at 7. 8 p.m. has a lot going on Thursday. See, I don't know if you guys have shows you watch, if like I come on and then you watch me for the hour and then it's like leading right into your shows. I just want to make sure that I'm not like interfering and stuff, man. Because I mean, look, we've got way more people and stuff in here now. Oh wait, Thursday night football. Never mind. See, that's another good thing about this show. I may do it on Thursdays, but I'm done before Thursday night football when it comes back. You can't beat that. I definitely don't want to move days though. I definitely want to keep it on Thursday. I feel like the other DJs who have shows and stuff usually take up those Mondays and Tuesdays and stuff. I definitely wouldn't move to Tuesdays. Tuesdays is way too crowded. A lot of people watch different stuff on Tuesdays. I think I kind of like these Thursdays. And it's like right before a gig weekend, so it's like nice to be able to get some like last minute info in. I might say something that might help you for the weekend, which is always great. I'm trying to think of it as me being on you guys' side, like what I would like to see from stuff like this. All right, DJ Solstice, just bring dual 21. Jeez whiz, come on, Solstice. What are you talking about, bro? More entertainment. I get off work at 8, so 8 works. See, 8 doesn't work for everybody. You know what I mean? I would have to get a full commitment from everybody to move it to 8. I would just have to get that. I couldn't do it unless I knew that everybody would be committed to 8 o'clock. Just going to post about NFL. We from Chicago. Barely got home from Manger. Uh-oh. Oh, man. You guys are from everywhere. I can't please everybody. I just can't. See, DJ King has the right idea on here, man. He's asking questions, man. I need some questions, guys. I only got a little bit of time and stuff left, so let's answer some of these questions. All right, DJ King says, any tips on getting the calendar filled? Okay, I've said this on this show multiple times, but I will continue to say it because I know we get different people here all the time. So, the best way to fill your calendar is to decide first what you want to fill the calendar with. If you want to fill the calendar with weddings, then you need to partner with a multi-op. You need to go talk to a multi-op in your area, probably the best one, and see if they need any help. That's one way. If you want to be a bar DJ, the way you go play at some bars or like some little spots, some little hole in the walls and stuff like that, then you need to go to that spot and you need to talk to the manager. Check it out a couple times first and then talk to the manager, let them know what you do. And, always bring your cards and all that stuff. Somehow, some way, they need to hear what you can do. So if you've got some type of video or something like that you can show, that you can share, that you can text, that's always a good thing too. The third way that you would need to get your calendar and stuff filled is to post stuff on social media. Well, really, you don't really have to post. You can actually just look to see who's having graduation parties, who's in search of things happening in certain areas. Like I have a few areas and stuff here that I see what's happening in those. And a lot of people are like in search of DJs. And so they need it for the smallest thing to the largest thing. But you need to partner with some other DJs and stuff in your area because they're probably overwhelmed with functions and would be willing to pass them off to you, but you would have to pass not only the visual test, the eye test, you would have to pass the ear test and stuff too, as far as them hearing you. So like I said, definitely have a clip or a reel or something showcasing you so it will give them more assurance that you can handle the job that they would put you out for. Hopefully that helps you out. Tom is good. I bring an extra DJ for backup for me. Okay. You paying somebody to stand there that you may not even use, G5. Can you believe that? You not even use. More entertainment. How do you control yourself from buying new gear? Okay. You have to sit down and look at your gear as wants versus needs. Have you been looking at people's social media and saying, oh, that would be great to have that. Oh, that would be great to have that, blah, blah, blah. If you can't find a need for that in what you currently have right now, then you're just buying just because. So you basically have to have willpower to not just go out and just buy just because. You have to make, first of all, if it doesn't make money back to you, you need to go ahead and first consider whether or not you want to buy it in the first place. Because one thing I like to do, I like to buy stuff that is going to make my return an investment. I want like let's take a photo booth. Like I don't want to just go out and buy a photo booth just because it'll be a great add-on. I want to buy a photo booth because okay, first of all, it's going to pay me back, and then it's extra money on top of gigs that I can do each time. So like you have to make it make sense. If it doesn't make sense before you buy it, then you probably shouldn't be buying it. How about that? That might help more entertainment. Mateo Mixes, yo, JayBook. I'm a 15-year-old DJ. From a few videos ago, I gotten booked for a smaller wedding. What would you recommend me to bring for 125 people max? Now, when you say what do I recommend you bring, do you mean like a full setup? Because if you got 125 people, you need to have a decent setup for that. Because most people, when they get their first weddings, it's usually like, 30 or 40 people, not 150. I mean, 150, I mean, you're at most people's average for weddings. So you're going to need to bring some decent equipment. You may, if you don't have equipment and stuff at first, you may want to join forces or link up with another DJ who does weddings in your area and rent the equipment and stuff from them because, you want to be able to cover them and you don't want to look like you're not ready for that. If that makes sense, you want to make it look like you know what you're doing, that your setup is warranted at that event. Because that's a lot of people. That's a lot of eyes. And remember, each wedding is a potential another wedding. And so if you go out there and it doesn't look great or things like that, I mean, people, unfortunately, we live in a world where people judge you for what you look like and what your setup looks like. If your setup looks horrible, they're not going to call you. Just as simple as that. DJ Sosa's asked me, yeah, okay, guy. Mateo's Mixes, I'm planning to use just 4 par cans, and that's it for lighting. You may want to see if you can get you. I know I'm going against everything I say here, because you don't want to focus a lot on lights. You may need to see if you can get you a Chave gig bar stuff. Borrow that from somebody at least for your first event. Because 4 par cans and they're not going to be up high. They're going to be on the floor. Like you're not going to have any lighting on any of the dance floor. You may want to rethink the lighting a little bit, not to scare you or anything like that. I just think you may want to see if you can borrow somebody's, quick setup lights. And when I say quick setup, that just usually means the gig bars. That's what most people use. Can we still use your Honeybook code, and has it become a problem using digital business cards? Because I've been having problems getting people to use them. They still want paper cards. Okay. So, G5, yes, you can still use the Honeybook code. I've got it down below, matter of fact. So you can still use it. And they're giving 50% off, for those who use it. So yeah, feel free to do so. Also, the digital cards, I've run into that and stuff as well. You just got to know who you're talking to, because a lot of the younger kids, and I always say younger kids because, I just feel older, but, if you get somebody 30 and below, they usually will pull out, they usually have their phones on them and they'll pull it out right away. Anybody that's above 30, I run into issues and stuff with anybody that's above 30. They're just like, why don't you just have a paper card? Like, I just need your card. So I would keep them and stuff still on hand. I don't have a problem with them. Like, it's not going in, but think about the people over 30's phone and stuff, especially when you get up into those 50-year-olds and stuff like that. Those phones, those guys not gonna know how to work that. So yeah, I would definitely continue to do so. Just know who your audience and stuff is. I don't run into problems with it. Just keep both of them on hand, maybe in your jetpack bag or your bag that you bring with you, your laptop bag. Just put some paperback cards and stuff in there just so they have something. I have both all the time. So I'll ask them, do they have their phone? If they say no, I'll give them a card. It'll work. Works the same. For new gigs, Thumbtack works. You pay a little at first, but it does get you exposed. Okay, I've never used Thumbtack, Romeo. Great, that's a good look. More entertainment. Laugh out loud. Seeing your LD44 makes me want a pair. Yeah, let me tell you. Look, more entertainment. That is an investment, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That you, those things are amazing. They they get the job done, and it's not bad to take down and put stuff on rollers and like. There's a lot of great qualities and stuff for that. So it's an investment, man. If you're gonna do it, just remember you better use them for like the next 10 years at least. Get your money's worth out of it because they're not going to repay you, but they're going to be aesthetically pleasing. And, and you could do so many different size crowds with it. I did 400 plus kids prom with just two of those. So I could just imagine what would happen if I had four of those. But I'm never going to get four because the other two would just sit there. That would be silly. Make it make sense. DJ Griffology, hey, what is your thoughts on apps like Bark and Thumbtack? If it wait a minute, if it what brought up before, if it was brought up before, my bad. First time listening, it's okay. I don't use either one of those. If I'm not mistaken, those are like in search of apps. If I'm not mistaken, like those are people who are always in search of certain services and stuff like that. But I have not used either one of those. According to Romeo Great, though, he says that Thumbtack is probably an option and stuff, a way to go. I use Honeybook. Honeybook, it doesn't advertise for me, but it's my online secretary. And then I use Vibo for my music to be able to give to each client so that, excuse me, so that they can load up the music and stuff on there. Those are the two I use, but I don't use anything outside of those. I haven't used. I think I use Event Planner and stuff like that maybe one time before, but not too much. Not too much. Hey, Book, which do you recommend for a beginner DJ for lighting control? Sound Switch or My DMX Go? Well, I've heard horrible stories about My DMX Go. I've heard great things about Sound Switch. So in this case, I'm going to go with Sound Switch. I just heard that My DMX Go is just a little complicated. The first thing I had was an why can't I talk tonight? An American DJ Airstream DMX bridge that you just controlled the lights from your iPad. What I didn't like about that was the fact that you controlled it from the iPad. I like the fact that Sound Switch and now ADJ now have push button pads and stuff because it's more reliable. When I press the button, the light does what I want it to do. So I'm going to say Sound Switch in that aspect. And then, in my opinion, I believe the Wolf Mix that I use is one of the best lighting controllers I've ever used. PV, well, you can catch this on the repeat, baby. I'll repurpose some of the video as far as the Q&A. You're more than welcome to catch the repeat and stuff on here. We've just been chopping it up. I've had some great topics and stuff tonight that we have talked about. We talked about our wedding party intros, backup equipment, the camera and battery combo that I use, and some music that you guys should check into. Mateo mixes. I run 2 JBL Eons. That's good. 615s and 18-inch sub and a Mackie for a ceremony. 4 par cans have covered the venue. I've done a few events. And what are you putting this on? So is this just a table with a tablecloth? Do you have some type of facade? Do you have a table facade? Use an event table? Tell me about the table. I could borrow 2 PRX from a friend, but I believe that's overkill. Yeah. I mean, what you got as far as speakers go, it sounds like they're pretty decent. I'm not mad at that. Let me know what you use to cover up your equipment and stuff. So true that age makes a big difference. You're super accurate. Straight truths. More entertainment. I'm just tired of rolling the KS 118s. Yeah, and look, it is an alternative and stuff for you, more entertainments, but just remember that that's a big change. It's a big change. I mean, between the two, it's like $5,700. Like, it's a lot. You have to be invested and stuff like that. DJ Solstice, use Bark. I got a few gigs a month there, but most people are too cheap for me, right? And Solstice, that's what I run into on everything outside of word of mouth. Man, Facebook is horrible. I get so many just duds and stuff from there. PV, do the Maui 44 G2s sound full range like a car stereo? RCF's Evox 12s are loud but seem to be missing the full range. PV, yes, there are 10 speakers between Lord have mercy, I cannot talk today. You got your tweeters, you got your mids, and then of course you got your subs, and we've got 10 speakers. It is a very clean sound, and I go over that in the video that has over 400 kids. So definitely be ready for that. That's going to come out soon. But yes, it is very clean. Very clean. Sorry, it is almost far superior. For all the guys that I know who have that, I'm surprised that they don't use it every single time. Because I do. The only time I bring out my Mackeys, did I just say Mackeys? QSCs. The only time I bring out my QSCs and stuff now is if I just need 2 speakers to be, put up on poles and I'm not doing like some huge setup. Other than that, you're getting LDs. More entertainment events. My DMX Go has too many dropouts. See? I have not had one dropout on my Wolf Mix. It is fan-freaking-tastic. Mateo Mixes, I have my event table. Okay. So that's even better. Okay. So you've got a sign up front. You've got, the 2 speakers on stands. Make sure they're skirted. And then you've got a subwoofer to sit up front. So, I mean, that's great. I mean, you can actually put the subwoofer up under the event table. That would actually work and stuff too. DJ Sosa's, I've heard both as night and day. LD is incredible. Yeah, he's not lying there. He definitely is not lying there. RCF, unless you go to the pro line, is good sound. All right. Well, guys, I really appreciate you guys stopping through and stuff tonight. That is our show and stuff for this week. Please join me next week. I'm going to try to get a special guest on here next week, so make sure that you are around for that. I'm going to see if he is available for next week because he's already committed to the show. I just got to see if he's available next week. If not, we'll have another great show for you, and I'll be ready for you guys on Thursday night at 7 p.m. We're going to stick with 7. Okay, we're going to stick with 7 for now until something is different. But make sure you follow me on Instagram to keep up with all things JayBook, because I post a lot of things that I'm going to be doing. Reels, stories, and all kind of DJ related stuff is on there. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. And I appreciate you guys stopping through. We will see you all again next week. Make sure you are living to strive and not to survive. Have a great weekend, guys. Kill your events. Peace.